I said, hey, yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Mo Haros, and we back for another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be talking about Chainlink, baby. If you guys don't know what Chainlink is, look no further. We're going to be talking about everything from Chainlink, and we're going to cover, what it is, some background, funding, collaboration, tokenomics, staking, what is an oracle, and some TA. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Mo. I've been involved in the crypto space for about 5 years. Specialty is TA, and I like to research products, learn, and just be involved in this crypto space to get generational wealth, right? That's the goal. Freedom is everything. And I make these videos for you guys so that we can all learn together. And if there's something that you guys want to share about Chainlink that I might have missed, or maybe I misquoted something, just feel free to drop a comment, and we could always learn together. But without further ado, I don't know if I said that right. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into this review, right? And so, guys, I write reviews on my website just in case you guys want to learn. You can go to my website. It's going to be moharos.com/research. Link will be in the bio as well. But yeah, moving on. So, first off, big, bold headline for you guys. Goldman Sachs based digital asset platform announces data integration to Ethereum via Chainlink. So we already see some institutional type adoption from a digital platform, right? And obviously it's backed up by Goldman Sachs, which is great to see. And this is kind of a graphic of how Chainlink brings interoperability through the Oracle network that they built. And guys, they're disrupting everything, right? And we're going to talk about what exactly disrupting it and how they're disrupting. So yeah, without further ado, let's move into this article. Chainlink is a blockchain that is solving problems with a decentralized Oracle service. Its unique Oracle service creates a bridge between blockchains and a real world to put out or receive accurate data. APIs and smart contracts are how Chainlink connects the world to two blockchains and vice versa. With Chainlink's Oracle service, users can always have accurate data from weather reports to price information as cited from Ethereum. This cutting-edge technology will disrupt how certain data providers operate, which is very, very interesting on how data will be pretty much, consumed in the future, right? This is already like so much. Like I feel like your mind just goes crazy just reading the first paragraph if you don't even know what Link is. And so we're gonna move on here. What is Chainlink? Chainlink is a first of its kind that has created a decentralized Oracle service. Currently, smart contracts can't interoperate from blockchain to blockchain, but with Chainlink's Oracle service, it connects blockchains that couldn't interoperate before. Chainlink's smart contract users may utilize the Oracle service that receive information from the off-chain APIs. Once the information is passed from off-chain network, it is set to the on-chain as seen in Figure A. Oracles offer breakthrough technology when it comes to providing fast, accurate, and reliable information. So everything is done through the magic of smart contracts. And of course, there is going to be on-chain and off-chain APIs. And you can see here in Figure A how that system would work, right? Whether it's coming out from the network or into it, right? And so you can clearly see that the arrows do point from into the network in this instance, right? So of course, again, I gave the example of weather. You can imagine that right here, this is like weather. It goes into the Chainlink API and it displays it through a blockchain, if you will. And moving on to the background, Chainlink Limited is a project based out of the Cayman Islands and founded by Sergey Nazarov and Steve Ellis in 2017. Both founders created a white paper discussing the Chainlink blockchain in collaboration with Cornell University professor named Ari Jules. Ari Jules also famously quoted on a trusted execution environment, TEE, which guarantees data is confidential and verifiable. The goal of the founders was to create a network that offered decentralized, tamper-proof, and scalable solution for providing data. By incentivizing oracles to provide accurate data, they can earn link tokens, which we will touch later on in this article. So guys, this is really cool because data today is tampered with, right? We don't get the actual correct information today, right? And because we don't get that, there's a need for a decentralized tamper-proof solution, which is exactly what Chainlink is doing and why it's so, cutting edge. And then we're going to move on to here some of the collaborations and funding that Chainlink has received. And so this is probably the most interesting part for me, because we're going to talk about how Swift, Google Cloud, and Intel has integrated the Chainlink network for their use case, which again, really cool to touch base on in a moment. Chainlink has been through a few funding rounds, both seed funding and ICO, with the following firms: Consensus Capital, One Block Capital, Outlier Venture, Framework Ventures, and more, raising a total of $32 million according to Crunchbase. Chainlink has gained the trust of 1,300 projects, has over 950 oracles delivering real-time data, and has secured over $37 billion in $37 billion via Chainlink oracles. So if that is not bullish to you guys, then I don't know what is. And if you guys don't understand exactly what I just said, I just cited to you guys how much the network is being used, right? And let's pull this up here. And so I think over here it talks about how many people are using this network over here. So it's plus 1,400 now, which is actually hilarious because I had 1,300, and 150 projects have been added since June. What the hell is going on with Chainlink? Clearly there is a strong demand for it, and it's just killing it. And so I don't know exactly what's happening, but clearly people are using the data feeds, and that is of course very, very useful, clearly. And you can come over to here as well on their website. They have a lot of things that people are utilizing, whether it's of course data feeds and other people who are contributing to the network. All of it can be found on the website. But going back to the post here, Chainlink has become the go-to blockchain when it comes to oracles. However, 3 partnerships stick out to me, including Google Cloud, Swift, and Intel. So I'm going to talk about 3 ways 3 different companies are using this oracle network. Today, Swift is working with Chainlink to create its own Swift Smart Oracle that allows smart contracts on various networks to connect with over 10,000 banks. So clearly, there's a use case for this blockchain, right? And the way that Swift plans to connect all the blockchains is using the Oracle service, right? Because you have to remember, interoperability is going to be a future, and if all these different platforms are already using the Link network, then they can connect with each other, which is again super cool to see. And then we see here Google Cloud has integrated Chainlink's Oracle middleware with its BigQuery enterprise cloud data, allowing for on-chain and cloud-based interactions with the Ethereum dApps and smart contracts. So again, same way how I'm sure that you guys are familiar with AWS and how you can use certain blockchains. Google Cloud is using Chainlink's cloud, which provides all the data to basically go on there and use Ethereum dApps and smart contracts, which is again another use case that's being presented from the Chainlink side, right? And then Intel has integrated an Oracle smart contract solution that keeps the confidential off-chain information, which gives them privacy. And guys, that's another thing, right? So you have the on-chain side and you have the off-chain side. What if there's some things that you don't want to show? Essentially creating like a private network. And so that is another cool way that you can use Chainlink's protocol. So you have literally, we just talked about Swift, how they're planning to create a network that allows them to connect with 10,000 banks. You have Google Cloud allowing people to just test Ethereum's network, but using Chainlink's information. And then you have Intel using, a decentralized private network, which just shows how many use cases are being found on this network. And that also lets you know how many things are not discovered, how many things are, emerging, right? There's just things that have not happened yet that will from the Chainlink network, right? We have 1,450 projects on this network right now, and we've only covered 3 of the use cases. And again, you can clearly see here that the number of projects in the Chainlink ecosystem include dApps, data providers, node operators, and enterprises. And then it says, of course, there's other things which covers as and more. So it's just really exciting to see how this is being utilized, and leads us to the tokenomics, right? So Chainlink is an ERC20 token that is used, of course, on the Chainlink network. Currently, there's a total supply of 1 billion with a circulating supply of almost half. Link is used as a payment token to Oracle operators. It may be used to stake like a node operator. As for the distribution, 35% of the tokens were allocated to the token sale of investors, 35% were reserved for node operations as rewards, and the remaining 30% was allocated to the parent company, smartcontract.com. At the time of writing, 20% of the supply is held by the top 10 wallets. So I think it's important to look at how the tokenomics are, and for the most part, there's not many whales, but there is a few out there. So, it's not nothing too crazy, but it is good to know how the tokenomics are. And so, there is 30% held by this company here, smartcontract.com. Nothing was found for the vesting per se, but you would like to believe that, if the company is holding a certain amount of tokens, they would not cause a massive panic and just sell a bunch of tokens at once, because that would obviously hurt the network. They only want the network to grow. So just using common sense for a second, it tells us that they're gonna do whatever they can to push the network forward, right? So again, it is very, very cool to see. And yeah, we're gonna move on here. This is again a breakdown. Staking. Link tokens may contribute to the network by staking. Staking rewards vary at the moment, and there are only a limited options from what I could find. However, in the future, according to a blog post earlier this month, and this month when I wrote it was second, rewards will range up to 5%. Exchanges like Crypto.com, Binance, KuCoin currently offer staking for Link, but for their older versions, this will soon be replaced. And this is from their blog. You can go ahead and click here. The link will be in the bio for this article. You can go ahead and take a look and read this all if you want. But again, I'm just touching the basics here. And now to get into what is an Oracle, right? So this is the bread and butter to Chainlink's solutions, and this is why I find them extremely fascinating. So the secret recipe of how Chainlink operates is through oracles. Oracles are a bridge that connect the real world to the blockchain. Without an oracle, we cannot connect to the modern world to blockchains. Oracles may send and receive information, acting as a bi-directional tool for transmitting data. So that means that it can go one way or the other. So it's not just only one direction. It can go from either side. And it's also important to note that the network relies on multiple oracles so that they can work together to put out information. So it's not like a single point of failure, right? There's going to be multiple oracles on the network that work together to confirm certain data, right? So it's not just one, it's going to be multiple things. So no single point of failure. The network works together, all the oracles work together to make sure that the information being put out from either direction is the right information. And then I talk about here, if the network relied on one oracle, the network is vulnerable to being hacked. So oracles are incentivized to operate together. At the time of writing this, there's 980 oracles that are in operation. But today there's 1,000. I said 1,000. What the hell am I saying? I cannot talk. There is 1,045 oracles, and it says plus, so there's probably even more. So guys, this is obviously growing, and we can literally see from the time I wrote this article, there's been a growth of node operators, there's been a growth of projects using the oracle. And again, the oracle pulls up many different information. Again, it could be temperature, it could be data for charts, or it could be data feeds, it could be prices of certain currencies, it could be anything, right? And so that is really how all this stuff is going to be fascinating to unfold. And again, everybody's using Link to verify all and any information. I feel like, at least there's one competitor out there. I think API 3 is an interesting one as well. It's kind of a competitor to Link, but Link is far ahead right now. They've done a lot, so maybe you could take a flyer on API, but right now I'm really liking Chainlink because they've already done so much. And time to take a look at the TA aspect. So Link has had an amazing run from 12 cents to $53, giving a 400x return. Good God. Ever since Link has hit an all-time high, we have seen the price fall towards a high time frame demand zone, which should act as a support region. Price is likely to consolidate in the blue box before making a new move. The way that the correction subdivides will give hints on how the next move will play out. Bottom structures typically take a long time to form and reverse when the bears are exhausted, so it's best to stay patient for a clear pattern. All in all, the price action is very bullish over the longer term, and holding the support will be crucial. So taking a look today, we are consolidating here, right? We got this range. It looks like definitely a flat correction. So if you guys are not familiar with flats, basically they are, you know, an ABC like move. And I think what's happening here, we saw an ABC like this. And even if you draw a range, I feel like, you know, let's see there, boom. If you draw like this, like a range, it's just like to me that we're probably going to go lower here and fall into this $3.36 region soon. And guys, some of us might say, hey, listen, I could buy more there. And some of us are holding because we bought at the all-time highs and, you know, you don't want to see the price fall. But listen, take it as an opportunity because price is likely to fall back down there. But if you were like really, really like, you know, trying to buy, there's nothing wrong with even buying now too, right? Because there's nothing wrong with dollar cost averaging in high quality projects like Link. And so, you know, it's completely up to you depending on what your strategy is. I am definitely going to DCA here because even if it does fall lower, I'll probably add if it does fall lower. But I think that the price of Chainlink is going to go much higher in the future. So yeah, maybe I might not get as much tokens, but also what if Chainlink doesn't go down, right? There's also that risk. So I'm going to go ahead and get some now, but at the same time, I am open to the idea that price can fall lower. And so I'm going to set myself up for both scenarios. And yeah, that is Chainlink TA perspective, but this area is definitely an area that I would love to buy at $3. So definitely if we go there, definitely will be a strong support region, which leads me to my conclusion. Chainlink has easily become an innovative cryptocurrency that I will watch more closely. It is the first technology of its kind that offers an Oracle service useful to many businesses. Clearly, we've seen Google, Swift, and we've seen Intel using it. Chainlink has already made big strides into modern day finance by working closely with Google, Intel, Swift, and even blockchain companies. The Oracle service Chainlink offers speaks for itself as it gains more and more recognition. It is no question that Chainlink will continue to expand and become the go-to Oracle network with this kind of momentum. In reality, they have been in business for 5 years and had made exponential growth. For the reasons I shared, I believe Chainlink is extremely bullish. And lastly, while I am excited to see what Chainlink will do next, it is not correlated with the value of the Link token. So none of this is financial advice, obviously. And everything I'm sharing with you guys could be, you know, completely incorrect information. So do you want to, you know, take financial advice like that? Like, no, obviously do your own research. And part of this might be doing your own research, learning about the Chainlink network. But I could be wrong about certain things. I could be wrong about the price. I could be wrong about it, you know, not going up. But I am going to take the bet that, you know, Chainlink will eventually come back, okay, and make new all-time highs and crush the highs, right? And so I'm going to bet on the future of Chainlink because I personally believe in it. But the reason why I say what I just said about being completely wrong is because I don't really care about, you know, getting a validation and saying I was right and I told you so and blah, blah, blah. I do this because this is a documenting history, right? We are watching the price right now at $6.67. What is the price going to be in 10 years? Was I right for buying right now or was I wrong? And will the use cases grow like I've mentioned? And I personally do believe the use cases will grow, but I'm sure things will change. And I'm sure that the network will keep expanding and new value propositions will be introduced for this network. So everything is at your control. And you definitely have to do your own research, keep learning, verify even the things that I said, because no one should just listen to one single person for information. And that is funny to say because just like Chainlink, it doesn't have a single point of failure. You should not listen to a single person as well. And so you should go and learn from multiple sources, keep doing your research. But I do bring this content to you guys to bring you value. So if you did enjoy it, please like and sub so you do not miss notifications. I will be updating my Twitter and anything that happens on the Link network on my daily market updates. If you guys are into that stuff, you don't want to miss it. And again, thank you for making it this far. Again, don't forget to like and sub if you have not. And as always, hodl, hodl, hodl. Peace.